Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
Welcome to this week's edition of World Crisis Radio. Webster, Tarpley here in Washington, D.C. It's the afternoon of Friday, the 20th of February here in a very cold nation's capital. And I must say, yesterday I was down on Capitol Hill, and there's a kind of a corridor between the House office buildings on the one side, the Library of Congress on the other. Then you go further north, it's between the Capitol, the Library of Congress, the Capitol, and the Supreme Court. And then it goes between two Senate office buildings. And boy, there was a north wind coming down that corridor. And I don't want to hear anything about global warming as long as I live, because I don't see any global warming. I challenge the global warming people to come up with any empirical event that would disprove their thesis, because somehow they seem to think that they're immune from empirical events, not empiricist events, but empirical events. So we're all in this terrible deep freeze, right? But it's refreshing, right? It's bracing. So let's see if we can get something done here. In the Ukraine, first of all, we have got the Minsk II Accords, and these have emerged now at the end of last week, and the ceasefire is largely holding over the vast majority of the fighting front. The shooting has calmed down. There are some sectors where not one violation is reported by the OSCE people. However, there is the demagogy of the fascists in Kiev. And this is the main problem. We've got this guy Yarosh, the head of Right Sector. He's a top fascist leader, and he has announced that he will not be bound. And of course, this means that the units of the Ukraine National Guard, which are loyal to Right Sector, right, be they loyal to Yarosh, I'm sure Tyanibok will not be far behind, and the rest of these neo-Nazis, essentially, they are all saying that their units will fight on. So where does that leave us? Naturally, we had last week Jen Psaki coming up with this amazing formulation that the United States will punish violations of the Minsk II Accords, but only if they come from the pro-Russian side, not if they come from the Ukrainian fascist side. And the astounding news of today is that this redheaded version of Dr. Goebbels, Jen Psaki, is now going to go to the White House as communications director. Well, at least communications director tends to be a largely behind-the-scenes role. This is not White House spokesman, not State Department spokesman. So maybe she's being promoted upstairs to get her out of the public eye, because she has done untold damage to the United States. We're now told that the Georgian, that means the country Georgia, right, Gruzinia, the Georgian tin pot fascist Saakashvili, Mikhail Saakashvili, the architect of the 2008 August war, when with his toy army he attacked the overwhelmingly superior Russian forces and hoped to drag the United States into a war. He was ready to fight to the last American, as these people always were and are. Saakashvili is now the key advisor to Poroshenko in Kiev. And today we've got the anniversary, right? This is the 20th of February. It's now the anniversary of that horrible, that version of the inferno, right? That horrible night with the vast bonfires raging in downtown Kiev, this hell on earth, right, visited, and then hell and night have brought a monstrous birth to light. Remember that the three Western foreign ministers, including France and Germany. Steinmeier was there. They signed a deal, a modus vivendi, some kind of a way for the forces to coexist, and that was then overturned within less than 24 hours with a fascist coup led by these people, right? Turchinov and also the Yatsenyuk, who's still in power. So they're all there. And now this is the anniversary. So we're having essentially a gigantic Horst Wessel anniversary. Look up Horst Wessel, Wessel. That was the famous song of the brown shirts back in Germany in the 1930s. And Horst Wessel was somebody who got himself killed street fighting, just like the Heavenly Hundred, we're told. We obviously regret human losses, but the political clarity is that these people were essentially fighting for this coup, which we have just characterized. And we noticed, despite the attempts to hide it by the Western networks, there is a very feeble rally round Poroshenko reaction at this point. The rally round is very muted, and there were boos and whistles and calls of shame when Poroshenko appeared at this Horst Wessel rally exactly 1 year after that night of hell on earth with the bonfires, leading then into the coup, and the actual anniversary of the coup is tomorrow. You'd have to ask yourself, if you were the French or German foreign minister, why would anybody ever negotiate with you after your lying duplicity in that 20th to 21st time frame of last year? So Yarosh, the right sector, are very much calling the tune. And remember now that we can expect tremendous instability inside Ukraine, because the veterans now of that pocket, the people who were caught in the pocket around Debaltseva, they're coming out angry, and they say, and they're right, the order to get out of there should have been given months ago, weeks ago or months ago. Get out of the pocket. It's very much like Hitler vis-a-vis the Stalingrad encirclement. Remember, von Paulus, the commander on the scene of the German army there in Stalingrad, said, look, we have to retreat. And Hitler said, no, promoted him to field marshal, trying to tell him that no field marshal had ever surrendered. Hitler wanted everybody killed. And that seems to be Poroshenko's position, right? Last week at Minsk II, Poroshenko was told by Putin, and everybody knew it, your forces are encircled, and we should include in the negotiation of Minsk II a procedure for disarming them and letting them exit the pocket. There's no reason for them to die. They should go home. But they leave the weapons behind because, after all, they're trapped. And Putin pointed out that if you didn't have that provision built into the agreement, the soldiers inside the pocket would still fight to get out, and their confreres outside the pocket would try to fight their way in. Well, that failed, and the resistance has largely collapsed, although quite a few people are still in that pocket. So the people coming out say, Poroshenko, you're a demagogue. You valued your short-term, extremely short-term popularity over the idea of saving these people. And what has been destroyed here is that's the real main force unit of the Ukrainian army. The one combat-capable part of the Ukrainian army has now been wiped out. So this is, as somebody was saying, this is Dunkirk in addition to Stalingrad. In other words, it's Stalingrad, but where some people are allowed to get out, right? Thanks to the humanitarian policies of the rebels in this case, right? A lot of them are allowed to leave unarmed. Some of them got out with arms, but a lot of them have been allowed to leave unarmed, disarmed. And those people are now mad as hell at Poroshenko for leaving them there with no supplies, no orders. The officers ran away. Ukraine is a military disaster. It's a failed state. And the United States, it would be insane to lash yourself to that body carcass Ukrainian failed state. Back to the minute.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for $35,000. You heard right, that's 5,000 square feet for $35,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100-foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Call 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
Gold. It's like nothing else on Earth. From the Romans through the Renaissance, from the Industrial Age to the Space Age, gold has weathered the test of time. For 6,000 years, gold has remained the ultimate store of wealth. According to the World Gold Council and the U.S. Mint, demand is at an all-time high. The stage is being set for the reemergence of gold as the common-sense alternative to a fiat paper currency that gets weaker every day. Midas Resources is proud to offer the hard-hitting report that arms you with the truth you need to protect you and your family from the Fed's plans for your hard-earned money. Don't gamble with your future. Call Midas Resources today and ask for your free copy of As Good as Gold. Call 1-800-686-2237 for the report the Fed hopes you'll never see. As Good as Gold can be yours by calling 800-686-2237. If you have ever thought about owning gold, you must read this report. Call Midas today at 800-686-2237.
Are you hungry for delicious, nutritious, rich, and satisfying home-cooked meals? Discover the Vita Clay 4-in-1 Smart Organic Cooker. Unglazed Zisha clay, an ancient secret that makes this fast multi-cooker so special. Infusing your food with incredible flavors, perfect texture, vitamins, and minerals for your good health. It's a slow cooker, rice cooker, a steamer, plus a yogurt maker. Go to VitaClayChef.com and enter promo code RADIO20 for 20% off at checkout. That's VitaClayChef.com.
Hunters, anglers, campers, and survivalists. Get back to nature. Expand your horizons with the highest quality, most versatile, unique slingshots and sling bows on the market at slingbow.com. Slingbow products are compact and models start from just $17.98. They're perfect for your bug out bag or storing in your vehicle. Give yourself and your loved ones the excitement and tradition of Slingbow, a new frontier in archery and truly modern twist on this primitive survival tool. Feel the thrill only at slingbow.com.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99 and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows. Pause and rewind live TV. Even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
The nation's largest independently owned and operated talk radio network. The Genesis Communications Network. G.
World Crisis Radio, 20th of February 2015. People in the New York City area who want to do something for Reverend Pinckney, you can protest Whirlpool and their racist company town of Benton Harbor, majority black, but